Hi guys. Before you dash ahead to see the video you clicked on, and I hope you do enjoy it, this is Tony here from Metal Roos. I just want to say thank you for coming to watch the video, but also while you're at it, could you please like and subscribe? And then you'll get much more of the similar content you're looking for in the future and easy access to that too. But not for me. Enjoy the interview. Hey
Good
ho,
morning.
morning
Hey.
or evening over here. So
Yeah, I realized that.
how are you
So
going? All
good day
right?
so far. Yeah, it's all
Yeah, been a
good.
good day. Been a good day. Yeah, lots done. Right, so we get started, shan't we? So, Joachim, welcome to Metal Ruse, and
Thank you.
welcome to this short chat about your upcoming amazing news of the new tour to Australia. And it's the first time ever in a full-length tour, is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. And I don't know why really, but I mean it's always the journey that is the problem, getting there. And it was so funny because we did some shows back in 2015 or 2016 up in we did Hong Kong, Taiwan, we did Japan. I thought, you know what? Since we're in the neighborhood, let's do a show in Melbourne.
I know I couldn't go. It was
I couldn't go. Yeah, but still, when I boarded the plane, I realized this is like an 8-hour flight.
Oh yeah.
This is not around the corner. I mean, New York is closer to Stockholm than Hong Kong is to Melbourne.
Oh
So
yes, yes, it's crazy. The
yeah,
tyranny of distance. I mean, because you're going to do also. I mean, you're starting over in Fremantle, which is a an interesting start because most people start the other side and finish over there. You're starting
okay.
there and coming across, which is could be fantastic for them because honestly, the that part of the country gets very little musical. Like they just because it's so far away. It is so far away from everywhere else.
So let's hope that people are really, starving there, really ravenous for some
They're
metal music.
Mate, they're gonna bloody
Yeah,
love it. They're gonna bloody love it. So you're
yeah.
going there, then you're going to Adelaide, then Victoria, Northcote, then Sydney, then Brisbane, and this is in January the 14th to the 19th next year. Um, I'm hoping to catch you in Sydney, so that'll be cool. So obviously it's the first time you've been here on a with a full set and a full because you're known for your spectacular shows, all right? So, are you planning to bring all of your toys with you, or is it just going to be
Well,
pared down, do you think?
well, if you look at the venues and the venue sizes, I think you'll see that it's going to be impossible for us to
Oh
fit
yeah, yeah.
anything but the band on stage. I mean, we're not that small, so we need the space. So we're just going to do the best out of it, and I really hope this is a start of something that we can develop in the future, and eventually that we could come back and bring a full production. But at this point, since we're playing like small theaters, like clubs,
Yeah.
we're gonna have the basic setup with drum kit, maybe some side risers and the backdrop. What we have here in Europe that calls for like an arena for 4 to 10,000. So, but
Wow.
unfortunately, we're not that big in Australia yet.
Not yet. I mean, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. I think um, the people that will come out and see you, you will be surprised, particularly in, and I can't speak for Fremantle, but I can definitely speak for Sydney. It will be because you're playing the whole, I think, Horden Pavilion or something like that in Sydney. You're going to absolutely fill it. Like it will be packed. I mean, you're bringing a lot of music with you. I mean, so many albums, 13 albums. It's going to
Mm.
be an absolute. I mean, I'd hate to be in your shoes to work out the set list because what do you
It's always a
bring?
struggle.
Yeah,
It's always a struggle. But
yeah.
I mean, I think we came up with the right recipe or the right equation how to create the perfect set list. Because first of all, we are touring on an album, and it's still an album that makes a difference in the career of Hammerfall. I mean, we are
Yes.
not at the point where we have to release an album to be able to go on tour. So we have to play some songs off the new album. We need to play the songs that the fans really want to hear. There will
Mm,
always be someone being disappointed. I mean, that's just the way it is. We also need to play the songs that we want to play. that the guys in the band really, you know what, this song really makes me happy on stage. So we have that song too. And then, of course, you need to add like one or two surprise elements into the set
Yes.
list. I think that is good. But of course, now for this tour, we had to kill a couple of our darlings, and we have a lot of darlings. Let me tell you
Oh,
that.
I'm sure you do, because the new album is a cracker, Avenge the Fallen, which came out in August, I think. Am I
Yeah,
right?
that's
That's
right.
correct. It's still as epic a sound as you've always had. I mean, you have such a big sound. So it'll be fascinating for me, particularly as a lover of the band, to see how the sound comes across on the smaller venues, because I'm always imagining you in big festival situations, like big stages, 50,000 people, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but
So
festival
yeah,
sound sucks, man.
it
If
does.
you're at a festival,
Yeah.
it's horrible. I think Hammerfall should be witnessed and experienced in like a small club up to, well, let's say like a 5,000 capacity. After that, sounds start to be wobbly, and if you're outdoors, the wind is
Oh
like
yeah. The
taking
weather.
away a lot of like the bass, and oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And if it's hot, your strings are burning you. If it's cold, your fingers are freezing and they're going out of tune. And it's all, I know. But I just,
Yeah.
when in my mind, when I picture Hammerfall, I picture big. It's just the way because the sound is so big. It's not like you make a small compact sound. You put it on your
No,
speakers
no.
and it envelops the whole of the space you're in. So it'll be interesting to see because I've got some favorites that I'm hoping that will come out, of course. If not, doesn't
Probably
matter. Like you
not.
said, yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter. It's your first time on a major tour here. So it'll be fascinating for you. And you're coming in a hot time of year. January is nice and warm. So people are in a pleasant
Yeah, I heard
holiday
that
mood.
that's the yeah, that's the best season to
It's
be in
peak
Australia,
summer.
especially since we have winter here. It's nice to get out
Oh man.
of this place for a
You'll
while.
be in Brisbane, it'll be 40 odd degrees. Like you won't know
Oh, okay.
yourself. You won't know yourself.
I will regret I just said that.
Yeah, but it's air conditioned, you'll be all right. It's plenty of air
Yeah.
conditioning.
Uh,
It's just the snakes and the spiders, but we won't talk about
oh, I mean that is the problem. I mean they love that 40 degrees Celsius.
that. They
I
do.
heard.
They love it. They come out in force. And I'm only don't want to scare you off.
Yeah.
I'm being silly. Right? So obviously you're going to bring the new album and you're going to play a mix of old stuff. Uh, are you looking forward to any particular part of the trip? Like, have you done your research? You go, I can't wait to go there in Australia. I'm looking forward to go there. Or is it just the whole trip in general is going to be something you're looking forward to?
I mean, we've been to Melbourne, so we kind of we've seen that. But still, I've never been to Sydney, only the airport, and also down to Adelaide, Perth. I am what do you say, certified sommelier, and you
Oh,
have
then
some
you
really
will
nice.
love it.
Yes, yes. So that is what I'm looking forward the most to really dig into and find some wines that we don't get over in Europe, and just to be able to explore, and hopefully, I have I will get the opportunity and time to visit a vineyard.
Yeah, there's a lovely the Barossa Valley down where you're going will be beautiful down, around that
Yeah.
part of the world. I mean, I'm not a wine person, but I have friends who have wineries and they say
Mm.
that's that's the place to be if you like your
I have
wine.
an I have an invite to Penfolds, but I'm
Oh,
not sure we're going to make. Yeah, I'm not sure we will have the time,
oh no, make
unfortunately,
the
to go there.
time. Make the
Maybe
time.
cancel the show, cut some
Yeah.
songs.
Oh, but what's he done? Oh, he's got the wine rule. We'll forgive him. Like it's all
Yeah, the singer is drunk. We have to cut some songs.
it won't be the first with bands who've done that, to be honest with you, will it?
No, I just had a horror story here in Stockholm, like a legendary band. I'm not going to mention any names that threw like a glass bottle into a mirror in front of the stage and hit someone, and the security people came and they had to kind of knock him down
Oh my
to
God.
get him out of the place. So I mean, shit happens.
Rock and
Shit
roll.
happens. It's
Rock and
it's
roll.
rock and
Like
roll.
it's
It's
rock
rock and
and
roll.
roll, right? It's rock and roll. But I mean I've got a few like Renegade, Metal Age, yeah, at the end of the rainbow. The songs I'd like to hear. Of course, it may not happen. But as I said before, such a big sound and such a diverse Like from because you've been going since the what 96? Am I right? Am I correct?
First album came out in
Yes,
97. Yeah, I mean,
97.
band of course started earlier, but I mean, I would say that the the, the magical moment was the release date of the debut album.
Yeah, yeah. And have you found over that period? I mean, you've been recording with the band a long time. Have you found over the course of these few decades that the recording process has changed dramatically for you as a singer?
As a singer, not
Mm.
really, because you still need. Well, I could probably record at home, but it's not the same. You need to have, a nice environment. I need to have a good vocal producer who will tell me, this is fantastic, this sucks. Because if I would be my own producer, I would still be working on the third album. You know, that's the just I'm not never satisfied.
Right.
So as for a singer, I mean, the technique has changed. When we recorded the first album, that was like, 4-inch tapes.
Oh
You
yeah.
couldn't go in there and change anything. What you had on the tape, that was
That's it
what
laid
ended
down.
up on the album.
Yeah, yeah.
For the second album, I remember that Fredrik Nordstrom at Studio Fredman said, "You know what? I got a brand new computer. It's like a one, was it 3 gigabytes?
Oh
Was it
my
three
God.
gigabytes? It's not so, yeah, 3 gigabyte computer. So now we can record the vocals directly into the computer so we can do the cuts in there." And I got, are you sure? Is this really going to work? So, but apart from that, I still think, yes, you can make it easy for yourself. You can, fix everything in post in the computer, but I still believe in a good take, even though it's a little sometimes pitchy, but a good take is a good take and you should stick to that. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
especially now for this album, I worked with producer Jay Ruston for the very first time. And I mean, I didn't struggle, but I did a lot of retakes because he was after the perfect take. He wanted,
Oh,
he,
yeah.
he, he didn't really want to go in and make too many adjustments in the computer. He wanted me to do the full deliverance.
I think it's
So,
brilliant. That's good though, because then when you give it to the audience live, they get that deliverance. They're not getting an assimilation of something you've tweaked for five
no,
weeks in
no,
the studio.
absolutely, absolutely. But I
And I,
still think I'm a better live singer than a studio singer. So I just need to find this. I need to find what I actually have, what I get on stage, that power, that confidence. I need to find that also in the studio. I'm confident in the studio,
mm.
but I'm not like if I'm King Kong on stage, I'm maybe one of the monkeys from Planet of the Apes in the studio. I don't know.
Is it the
Weird.
audience? Do you think it's the audience that gives you the energy from the audience which drives you to that level? That's
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. And also that whatever happens on stage is gone. If I sing like one word, I sing it and then it's gone.
yeah.
What I do in the studio will live on, maybe not forever, but forever as I know it, at
Oh
least.
yeah, yeah, and it will live with you, and you'll just wake up one morning and go, "I didn't say that,
Yeah.
didn't sing that note."
Yeah.
I was talking to a band only recently, and they were saying how they'd spent weeks just getting the bing noise. They would sit there and tweak this little beep, and I'm like,
Mm.
God, I'd go mad. I'd just go mad. Like,
I mean, if you have the time, if you have the budget, I mean, I think that would be really cool.
mm,
I wouldn't want to work too long with the production unless you take long breaks. That you work on something, then you take a break. You come back, you continue, you take a break. But when you're in the flow, when you have a momentum, you should never stop that.
no, I know.
Especially, for being a singer. I'm just, well, knock on wood. I'm really happy that I so far never had to cancel a recording due to like illness or like a nasty cold or anything like that.
Yeah, look after yourself. That's probably what it is, and you're conscious about it as well. I would say there's a lot of singers out there are not
Yes.
conscious about these things and
Yeah, I
just
mean,
live in the
I'm
moment.
doing my 30K of running every week, so I'm trying to
Nice.
stay in shape.
Yeah, that's the way to be. I used to be a long distance runner. I used to be an ultra marathon runner. I had an accident and
Oh,
I just stopped.
that was my dream when I started 10 years ago, but I realized I started too late in life.
Yeah,
I kind of had,
I started in my early 40s, um, which was all right.
okay.
But I was never quite that great. I mean, I did under 3 hour marathon, but that was my best. After then, I had injuries, and I pushed myself too hard,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I got too many injuries, and then I realized, you know what, I'm gonna keep a pace that is like enjoyable. I
And that's
burn
it.
calories
Yep,
to keep the heart going, but just enjoy,
yep.
running around, looking at things, stopping, taking a photo. I do these sight runs on tour. I look in the map in the phone, like, okay, I'm going that direction. When I come to that park, make the left, and then we see what happens. I put away the phone and I'm running. And if I
Yeah.
can't find the park in like half an hour, I know I'm lost. But you know what? I always have the security of the phone.
You're going to have some fantastic runs in Australia, like particularly over Adelaide. I've run around Adelaide a lot,
Mm.
and it's a bit hilly in some aspects, but um, it's a beautiful place to run, particularly if you go
I'm
anywhere
looking
near the
forward to that.
coast. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Sydney's interesting, very hilly in Sydney. It depends where you're going to be staying, but yeah, I've done all those cities, and they are fun to do. So, I mean, obviously, when
Mm.
you're out there running, it must be a place where you can then lyrically do things come to you in those moments, like those moments of clarity?
I think the clarity comes after. Running for me is like a way of like a meditative thing, like a meditation. That I'm running, and when I'm running, I'm kind of letting my brain go.
Right, yeah,
So
disappear.
the brain, my mind could go into some sort of like a defragmentation mode, just to put I could put all these small, I think it's like a short circuit up in my brain sometimes. But
Yeah.
now everything just connects. It puts away the things that I don't need to think about, and maybe finds like this little idea here and pulls it to my frontal lobe. And then when I come back, like, oh, that's
Yes.
right. Oh, why didn't I think about that? So that is the benefit of running, the creative benefit of it. The great ideas I get when I'm walking, when I'm taking walks, because then it's different. And like, oh my God, that's a great idea. So uh, in my phone, I have like hundreds of ideas just recorded. I'm
Isn't
not
that
really sure
great
what to
though?
do with it, but at least I get rid of it.
One day it may go in your biography. Like, I mean, you never know what these things could be for. I mean, there's probably gems in there, There's probably really good little gems. Quickly going
Yes.
back to the studio sound and everything. I so you make a big sound, as I said before. It's a big, powerful, all over encompassing sound, but it also has a raw edge to it, which I think is quite an achievement because like when you get really big and you have lots of things going on, it can be easy to polish the edges to be very, very soft and round sounding, but you have this sort of rock and roll. Is that the right term? It's a rock and roll sound to it. Is that a genuine? Do you look to do that, or is that just happens?
No, that is something that type of sound is exactly what we want to have. We want to have one guitar left, one guitar right, bass, drums, vocals. Of course, you add some stuff when needed, but if you add stuff from the first second and you keep everything up until the last second, you're going to feel full from the first moment you listen to the album. You need to have this like a flow. You need to have dynamics in the music, and uh, it's also like the if you take the vocals for instance, if you record one vocal track, you will have all these like nuances. You will have all the not the flaws, but you will have the character in the voice.
Hmm.
Many singers they double their voice, so there
Yes.
are two layers of vocals in working at the same time, and then you miss out the small glitches, the unique little
The
things that
nuances. Yeah.
the nuances that happens in your vocal sound. So we try to keep it simple, and but of course, like the choruses, that's a lot of voices, but it's still a lot of people in the studio doing these voices. It's not us, faking it by doubling my voice 400 times or adding like a plug in the computer.
Mm.
Everything is done, it's man-made or yeah. So to answer your question, absolutely, that is what we want, and we also want to make sure that whatever we do in the studio, that we can recreate live
And that's the
without
key.
adding
Yeah.
too many computers hidden on the stage.
Yeah, I mean that's the key, isn't it? And also your music is sing along. People like to sing along to your music. You know, it's a joyous moment being around your music. It's not, you know, heads down and depressing. It's positive, right? And I think that,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think that, like you said about having that nuance, that sing along voice, it's something that I'm always attracted to vocals. You know, that's the thing that I hear the most, lyric and vocals. I'm a bass player, but mainly lyric and vocals is what I hear. And so when I hear your stuff, I'm already channeling to you, you know, like because then when I'm watching you live, I'm going to be singing along with you because I can't play those amazing guitar, you know, pyrotechnics or the drum special, but I can sing along, like, you know,
Mm.
and I think that's what the joy is of live music. And when you do record it in a way that it can be reproduced in a small club or in a big stage or wherever, that's the magic. That's where the sweet spot is. And we thank you for that. Well, I do anyway.
I mean, every song is an invitation to sing along, to be part of.
Joyous.
That's maybe that. There's always like a little. I think that's how we write that. Every song, first of all, we're supposed to play it live, and it should sound more or less the same. But also that there is a little space left there for the audience. And when we have the fans, when we have the audience singing along, the composition is complete.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't like coming away from a concert unless I can't speak. Like I want to sing along till I'm raw. You know, I'll get a neck
yes,
ache and
exactly. That's why. But I guess I am the only one coming from the concert with still having a voice because it makes it a little easier for me. That sometimes like.
Yeah, yes, yeah, and you're trained as well, so you've got that trained vocal.
You sing now, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's always a bad bit, isn't it? When they put it in your face and you're just not in the right space to sing along. Well, anyway, thank you for coming along. I really appreciate it. I cannot wait for January. It's going to be fantastic, and we hope this isn't only the first time that we get to see you. And long may you continue. And the album Avenge the Fallen is brilliant, and I hope everyone goes out there and buys it.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, so see you around.
See you around. I'll see you in January.
Cheers. Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
bye.